Now I'm out here looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been. And yeah, I know how bad it must hurt to see me like this, but it gets worse.
So I started off with my eyebrows already filled in using the ABH Dip Brow. Now I am just using the Morphe 39A palette. I'm taking the colors Transitional and Evolve, mixing those together and making my transition color for my lid. Next, out of the 39A palette, I'm taking the color Passion, and that's basically just making the purple base for the eyeshadow look today. Going back in with that brush that I used to make the transition color, I didn't add any more product onto it, but I'm just kind of buffing that out and blending the colors together. Next, taking a dome-shaped eyeshadow brush, I am deepening the crease with the color Forever. I didn't really feel like that color was kind of blended. It just didn't look the way I wanted it to look, so I just kind of added a little more color. And then now I'm just continuing with deepening the crease. And it just wasn't quite turning out how I wanted it to look, so just had to play with it a little. Now taking the LA Pro Girl Concealer in the color Toffee, I am basically, you know, cutting out where I want my lid shadow to go. And the other eye looks crazy. I messed that up. I'm going to fix it later off camera. But I'm just taking some Fix Plus and the color Trendy out of the palette. And I had to kind of work with that before the color kind of started to look how I wanted it to look. Then I'm just adding a little more to that crease to kind of buff out that line from the concealer. It just wasn't looking how I wanted it to look, so I just kept playing with it. I did deepen the corner up just a little and then buffed that on out. Then I added some liner and lashes off of camera. Now I'm just priming my face. You can use any primer, just using a matte primer, kind of letting that dry and set in a little. Now I'm taking Fenty in 450. It's just a little too light for me. And then I'm taking my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. I've had some breakouts. I usually would color correct, but the Fenty tends to kind of look orangish when you color correct. So I chose not to. So I just applied that directly to my face, and now I'm buffing that out with a damp beauty blender. I want to add just a little more to cover the kind of dark spots that I had. Next, taking the trio. I realized that you couldn't see the products when I was putting them up in the camera, so I know I look crazy. But I'm just taking Suede in the matchsticks and using the same beauty blender, just kind of, you know, buffing those out. And my mirror is setting to the side, that's why I keep looking over. Next, taking my Sasha Buttercup. Not really setting because the Fenty dries matte. This is just to brighten it up just a little. I'm not using a lot, and I'm pushing it into the skin because I'm not really trying to bake. I'm just going to apply that everywhere I applied the highlight. And then I'm just taking a skin color powder and I'm just brushing that off. I have about 6 moles on my face, and I've gotten to the point where I don't like how it looks when they're just all covered up. So I'm just drawing about 3 of them on that I want to show. And I like to do this before I apply my contour and everything, because I don't want it to look like I drew a mole on, you know. I like when the contour kind of covers it up just a little. So I'm just taking the ABH contour palette in deep, and I'm just taking the darkest 2 shades and contouring my nose. Next, I'm taking espresso out of the match stick, and I'm contouring my cheeks and then around my temples. For my face shape, I don't contour my jawline just because I don't think it works well for my face. I don't use this very often because I find it kind of difficult to contour it, but I did want to kind of take it out of retirement for a little. Next, I'm using this Makeup Geek. I believe it was called Scandal. Just a powder contour to just kind of deepen what I've already done. I'm just dropping all my stuff. I thought I broke it. Feelings was slightly hurt, but it's okay. Now I forgot what it was I was doing. Now I'm about to contour underneath, or kind of carve out underneath my contour. Personally, I didn't like how this looked in the end, and I kind of wish I hadn't done it, but it was already done, so what am I going to do? And I'm just buffing that back out with that same skin colored powder I used earlier. Now I'm taking a ColourPop press powder. The name of the color is not on it, so I wasn't really sure what color it was, but I'm just using that as my blush. Now I'm taking a Fenty Kilowatt, and the camera is just not doing this any justice, clearly, because I started feeling myself. I was listening to some music. You know how that is when you're doing your makeup and your song come on in the background. So now I'm just setting my face with the Fix Plus. I'm giving that a second to dry while I apply my lipstick. I'm taking ColourPop Hutch, and I am just lining the outside of my lip to start off the ombre look that we are doing today. Next, I'm taking ColourPop as well, the color Zipper, and I'm filling in the inside. Now I'm just taking my finger and I'm blending those two colors together. Now I'm taking Birthday Suit by Tarte, and I'm just putting a little dab in the middle just to add just a little dimension to the look. Next, I'm taking my all-nighter and I am setting my face. And I'm clearly feeling myself now. I hope you enjoy. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.